we'd like to welcome you to the fourth night of Kwanzaa. The greeting for Kwanzaa is Habari Gani, which is what is the news, and your response would be the principle for this day, which is Ujamaa. So you would say Ujamaa Habari Gani, and then we would say Ujamaa. So we'll say Habari Gani. Ujamaa. Begin our program by singing one verse of Lift Every Voice and Sing. So if you could please stand to sing one verse. Lift every voice and sing to earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmony of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as a rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the darkness has brought us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Please remain standing to repeat the UNIA pledge read by Ms. Jayla Keith.
Can you please repeat after me? This flag is mine.
This flag is mine.
Here's to this flag of mine.
Here's to this flag of mine.
The red, black, and green.
The red, black, and green.
Hopes in its future bright.
Hopes in its future bright.
Africa has seen.
Africa has seen.
Here's to the red of it.
Here's to the red of it.
Great nations shall know of it.
Great nations shall know of it.
In time to come.
In time to come.
Red blood shall flow of it.
Red blood shall flow of it.
Historian shall write of it.
Historian shall write of it.
Great flag of mine.
Great flag of mine.
Here's to the black of it.
Here's to the black of it.
400 million back of it.
400 million back of it.
Whose destiny depends on it.
Whose destiny depends on it.
The red, black, and green of it.
The red, black, and green of it.
Oh, flag of mine.
Oh, flag of mine.
Here's to the green of it.
Here's to the green of it.
Young men shall dream of it.
Young men shall dream of it.
They shot and shells of it.
They shot and shells of it.
Waving so high.
Waving so high.
Here's to the whole of it.
Here's to the whole of it.
Colors bought and pole of it.
Colors bought and whole of it.
Please is my soul with it.
Please is my soul with it.
Regardless of what is told of it.
Regardless of what is told of it.
Thanks God for giving it.
Thanks God for giving it.
Great flag of mine.
Great flag of mine.
You may be seated.
Tamshi La Tambiko, the libation statement. Okay. Our fathers and mothers came here, lived, loved, struggled, and built here. At this place, their love and labor rose like the sun and gave strength and meaning to the day. For them, then, we give so much, we give in return. On this same soil, we will sow our seeds, and your seeds will sow their seeds. And liberate. Back up. On this same soil, we will sow our seeds and liberation and a higher level of human life. May our eyes be the eagle, our strength be the elephant, and the boldness of our life be like the lion. And may we remember and honor our ancestors and the legacy they left for us as long as the sun shines and the water flows. For our people everywhere then, for Shaka, Samori, and Nzinga, and all the others, known and unknown, who defended our ancestral land, history and humanity from alien invaders. For Garvey, Muhammad, Malcolm and King, Harriet, Fannie Lou, Sojourner, Bethune, and Nat Turner, and all the others who dared to define and defend and develop our interest as a people. For our children and the fuller and freer lives they will live because we struggle. For Kawaida and the Nguzo Saba, the new system of views and values which gives identity, purpose, and directions to our lives. For the new world we struggle to build, and for the continuing struggle through which we will inevitably rescue and reconstruct our history and humanity in our own image and according to our own needs. You respond by saying Ashe.
Ashe.
Which means so shall it be. And at this point, we will pour libations. Libations is a part of the whole legacy that we have. You know, water is where we come through, and water is where we came to get here. So we pour water in remembrance, and we call out the names of our ancestors, those who we want to remember. And the magic of all this is that as you call the name of your ancestors, their image comes right to your face, comes right to your mind. So don't be shy to call the names of your ancestors. Call now the names of those who came before, who would not be here if they had not come before. I call the name of my mother and father, John Fields and Kate Fields.
Nelson Mandela.
Nelson Mandela.
And like it says, for those who we know, and there are many we do not know. And we're not just talking about the famous ones, we're talking about the ones that brought us here. Because we are the ones, like Gil Scott said, we are the ones that tie our fathers to our sons. Don't you know that's how we grow? So you have to tell the stories to the ones after you, or those who came before you, because without you telling them, they will not.
While I'm at the table, I will explain some of the symbols that are on the Kwanzaa table. The first we have the straw mat, the makeka. The makeka is like the foundation, and many of the symbols of Kwanzaa should reside on the straw mat. Then we have a kanara, which is a candle holder that will hold 7 candles. The candles are red, black, and green. Black in the middle, 3 red on the left side, facing you left side, 3 green on the right side. The candles are also representative of the Nguzo Saba, which would be the 7 principles that you see on the banners on the stage. Next we have mazao, which are crops. And crops are symbolic of our harvest. It does not mean that we grew apples and pineapples and oranges in our backyard, but we did plant some seeds during the year, and we are hoping at the end of the year that we can reap what we have sown. So if you've done good deeds, we hope that you will reap those good deeds at the end of the year. So the crops are symbolic of that. We also have where I was pouring libation from a cup, Kikombe Cha Umoja Unity Cup. The Unity Cup is used to pour libation. In family settings, it is also used to drink from the cup in remembrance of our ancestors and to remember them. We have corn on the table. The corn muhindi is symbolic of the children. You put as many ears of corn on the table as you have children in your household. If there are no children in the household, you put at least one ear of corn for the potential for children. We also have on the table books which represent Zawadi. They are gifts. Gifts are given on the last day of Kwanzaa. They're given to the children and they're given to adults, but they're not gifts for the sake of giving gifts, okay? The gifts should have some meaning and some purpose. If a child has struggled and done well during the year, they should get a gift. It should not be, gimme, you know, gimme, I want. You should show some progress somewhere in order to get the gift. When it was first started out, the Ringers said gifts should be made. A lot of times we don't make them, but I'm a firm believer that one of the gifts should be a book. We should always be learning and reading, not just during Kwanzaa, but the rest of the 364 days of the year. Because Kwanzaa, even though we celebrate 7 days, Kwanzaa is year-round. These principles are to be exemplified and used year-round. You know, so after the 7 days, just choose a principle and see how you can work your life to work that principle in. The last symbol on the table is the bandera, which is a flag, which is red, black, and green. And that flag was given to us by the Honorable Marcus Garvey. You will notice during Kwanzaa that symbolically all of the colors are red, black, and green. And I would like to acknowledge, because she's in the audience, Ms. Enid Wright is responsible for these banners. Community, to the Kwanzaa committee to do these banners. She made an earlier set and she replaced them with these. And we also, and while I'm at it, I will acknowledge that Yancey Cooper, son of William Cooper, is the one who carved this Kanara.
And that's that we need to support our vendors who are outside, and also Sister Sharon and Kenny Holly, who had Harambe Books and Crafts, now have a bookstore called Zawadi Books. So also support Zawadi Books.
Okay, now we're going to talk about our 7 principles, the Nguzo Saba. Kamal's going to read them, and maybe afterwards we'll do like a song chant before we bring on our first presentation.
I love the Nguzo Saba. The Kwanzaa Celebration, the 7 principles, and I like to also add the 7 principles for nation building. That's what they're all about. And the nation can be as small as your own house, as your own family, as your community, as a block. The nation, it's about a nation. The Kwanzaa Celebration, the 7 principles. The first one is umoja, unity. To strive for and maintain unity in the family, community, nation, race, and I like to say, and world. Kujichagulia. That's my favorite one. I learned how to say that. Kujichagulia. Self-determination. To define ourselves, name ourselves, create for ourselves, and speak for ourselves instead of being defined, named, and created for by somebody else. Ujima. Collective work and responsibility. To build and maintain our community together, and to make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems, and to solve them together. Always have to say, working together works. That's true. Ujamaa. Cooperative economics. To build and maintain our own stores, shops, and other businesses, and to profit from them together. always want to add something. Self-reliance is the highest side. Self-reliance is the highest side. So give me all this little Nia. Purpose. To make our collective vocation the building and developing of our community in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness. Kuumba. Creativity. To do always as much as we can in the way that we can in order to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than the way when we inherited it. And the final one, Imani. Faith. To believe with all our hearts in our people, our parents, our teachers, our leaders, and the righteousness and victory in our struggle.
It would be at this time that we would light the Kanara, but because it's a very sensitive fire system in the library, the alarm would go off and we would all have to vacate the building. So we will not be lighting the Kanara, but if we were, we would first light the black candle for the first night, Umoja. Then we would light the red candle for the second night, Kujichakulia. Then the green candle for the third night, Ujima. And then back to the red candle for the fourth night, which is tonight, Ujamaa. So let's pretend that those candles are burning bright.
More fire.
We're going to, just to reinforce the principles, we're going to do our Nguzu Saba song, and any children in the audience who know the song or want to help lead it, feel free to come forward quickly right now. It's called a response, so you can come anyway, whether you know it or not. I can't believe a woman in a shy thing. Don't make me call you out. All right, we're going to start. Okay, we'll start it. And I want you to sing it with some enthusiasm too, all right? I say the moja. It means unity. Self-determination. Ujima. It means collective work and responsibility. Ujamaa. Cooperative economics. Nia. Purpose. Kaumba. Creativity. Imani. Faith. In what? In our blackness. Faith in our blackness. Faith in our blackness. Faith in our blackness. Faith in our blackness. All right. Our presentation, we have two presentations tonight. The first group that will be coming out. Oh, I am so sorry. And this is my sister friend too. She is manager of this library and she needs to give the welcome.
Even though I have a low voice, my name is Sandra Williams Bush, and I'm the manager of the Frank E. Merriweather Branch Library. And as some of you heard what I said yesterday, I'm going to repeat it again. This is one of 37 libraries in the Buffalo and Erie County Public Library system. Not my library. I have to be blessed to be the first manager and steward of this library. So I work in two worlds. In the other world, I was raised to respect my ancestors, my culture. So in that vein, when the system is telling me that this branch might be closed some days because of low circulation. On the other hand, I'm fighting for you. I'm fighting for this branch, but I can't do it by myself. I need you to come out and check out books. And like I said yesterday, I don't care if, at this point if you read them or not. Check out the books, put them in the trunk, put them on a shelf. If everybody here, every week, take turns and check out books, I wouldn't have to fight about whether they're going to close the branch someday. And as I said yesterday, Sister Betty Jean Grant is fighting too. And we can't leave her alone. You know she's a beacon in the legislature. So we need to come out. We need to embrace this principle of collective work and responsibility. We need to collectively work to make sure this branch continues to be open 7 days a week. We need to be collectively responsible when we check out things to bring them back on time. Oh, I left it at Pookie's house and I can't get it. Oh, it's late because whatever. No. We have to really work. This branch isn't a given to be open 7 days a week. So I implore you to make this one of the immediate resolutions. Thank you again for coming.
And see how I had a lapse in memory. Before we introduce the drum and dance group from Miss Barbara's School of Dance, I would like to acknowledge our Erie County Legislator, Miss Betty Jean Grant. Who supports everything that takes place in this community. And she needs your help and support as well. So do what you can to keep Miss Grant in the legislature. And so without further ado, I'd like to introduce Sister Robin. You want to introduce the group or you said it well?
But I will say one thing. These young ladies, we had a moment of verbiage in the back. And I didn't realize that I had some of these girls since they were 2. So they've been around me for all this time. And I was just telling them, I said, I would like to, if it's possible, actually take them to the next level of being responsible as a whole, maybe a little ensemble. So one of the young ladies asked me, she said, Miss Robin, will we get paid? I said, well, this is how But it's funny because they've been around me so long to hear them use some of the terms. Because I'll tell them, listen, I don't do well with emotional constipation. And they was like, we know the rules and consequences are, and it was just funny. And I was laughing. I said, well, one thing when I form groups, little kids, I believe in them becoming fiscally responsible. So I told them, I said, when you get your payment, the whole idea would be to open up bank accounts for you and create, for future, you cannot touch the money. We'll put it into like a CD. So that's the goal for them. So, with me, I've always felt that I don't believe in negotiating with children, but I will give them opportunities to, to pretty much build their form of independence, but they still need to understand that I'm the facilitator, okay? So we need to support our kids. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Our next performers will be Daughters of Creative Sound. And I want to say, while we're setting up for Daughters of Creative Sound, after this performance, the Kwanzaa Committee has designated the meeting room, the room behind this room. You'll go out this door and make the first right. All the children, 5 and up, there is a science activity that's going to take place. So you won't have to worry about sitting through the lecture. They have something planned for you. So the children will be able to go into another room, and the adults can take the seats for those who are standing. Also, while we're setting up, I'm going to call Brother Sam Herbert to make an announcement while we get our things together.
Good luck, everyone.
Bye.
I am Karima Amin, and one of the founding members of Daughters of Creative Sound. Oftentimes when we perform, we recognize a sister that many of you know. I don't want to say used to know, because I still feel her presence, though she left us in August 2005, and that's Mia Mary Alice Boyd. Give her a hand. My name is Karima Amin, and each of the women, thank you. Each of the women.
My name is Lisa Chapman Acosta.
I'm sorry, I just really had to try this out because a lot of times the drums overpower my little flute, so I had to bring this mic. So everybody can hear me.
My name is Yvonne Harris. I don't need a mic. But I'm known in the storytelling world as Big Mama Boo.
Very pleased to be performing on this night of Kwanzaa as we have in the past years. We hope you enjoy us. We had a good time with the kids yesterday at the drum circle. So please follow us on Facebook and other places where we post our stuff. Daughters of Creative Sound.
Daughters of Creative Sound. Daughters of
young man from the Kwanzaa committee to remove these chairs for us, please, so we can get set up for Also at this time, we're going to ask the young children from 5 and up to go into the